I just got here today, and I was noticing how the colors in her piece are the same colors as my piece from the side. It's all, because she's got this metal stuff that's kind of rusty in the middle. So it's all white and sort of these ochres and tans, and that's the same colors as the tamale and the tamale papers. Kind of funny. From back there, it looks like it matches. But I'm gonna be making hot tamales. So there's gonna be a dozen of these in the freezer. That each bag has a dozen. So it's like this is sort of the visual simulation of what you get when you get one of these. So in this piece, I guess I'm not doing a literal printmaking, but I just realized, I got to thinking about why I do these things, why I do printmaking, and why I seem to make things in multiples. And then it occurred to me that my family makes tamales like this and has my whole life, and when they do it, there are, 10 people around a table just rolling until there's just thousands of dozens of tamales all over the place. Because usually they would make them to build up a bunch for the church fair or something like that. But starting to do this, I talked to my parents, and they were like, yeah, whenever we go on strike, or, when Grandpa was unemployed or this or that, like, everyone would always make tamales to make some extra money. But it's this process where you're putting down sort of an orange pigment and then a brown pigment on top of a piece of paper. So it's like you're making a monoprint, really. Because the way they make tamales in New Orleans isn't the traditional Mexican way. You use papers. So it occurred to me, like, oh yeah, I've done this my whole life. I've seen people do this my whole life. They're making prints, like, it's an addition, So these are literally photographs of these tamales that are in the freezer as I before I rolled them up, but as I put the filling in on the paper, and so you get to sort of see them as just like a two-dimensional object.
You see Cynthia's wild installation, Cinderella's Last Stand, with a very formal kitchen in the back, and then you see Jenny making these tamales, and as a performance, and you have to, if you don't know that much about contemporary art, it probably looks like, oh, she's just in the kitchen cooking. That looks very comfortable. But what she's really doing is she's making a contemporary art piece and a statement, and she's doing it in multiples as she does with printmaking.